Deebo Samuel has reportedly requested a trade. Well, that escalated quickly. According to our good friend Adam Schefter, the Niners are ready to pay Deebo what the market dictates, but it's Deebo who has shut down conversations and wants out. Whoa. This is loaded and wild on many levels. Deebo Samuel, of course, you see the numbers right there. He's a unique freak. Skill sets are amazing. Special weapon. Running the ball, catching it, out of the backfield, at the wide receiver position. He is a star receiver who also runs the ball effectively. He's unreal. It was Kyle Shanahan who was the mastermind behind creating the way Deebo, of course, was used. And Deebo should know that Kyle changes everything for him and for the Niners. And if Trey Lance can dance, the San Francisco 49ers are rightly thinking Super Bowl this year. And obviously they value Deebo, but it's always about the money, right? It's always about the money. And Deebo clearly thinks with these wide receiver contracts, he could make more elsewhere. And I don't know, maybe he's right with San Francisco needing to pay Nick Bosa at some point too, but I think if San Francisco is willing to pay, and it sounds like they are, he should just stay. I mean, I would never leave San Francisco. And just because Deebo has demanded a trade doesn't mean the Niners have to do it. Look, he doesn't need the offseason program. He's not going to continue to hold out the entire season. If he's on the roster, he's going to play, and if he plays angry, so be it. And San Francisco, of course, could franchise him at the end of the year. That's how I would play it. I would try to keep Deebo. I would try to work it out financially before training camp, and if not, then execute the plan that I just laid out. But there's also the flip side. Stay with me on this. You can certainly find cheaper, younger receivers in the NFL draft. The Niners do not have a first rounder because of the Trey Lance deal. There are more really good wide receivers in this draft. I could see 6 of them going in round number 1. And now that it's public that Deebo wants out, here are the 3 teams that, in my opinion, must make a Godfather offer. First, the Jets. The Jets celebrated for being the runner-up for Tyreek Hill. It was wrong and it was lame. You have the picks. Robert Saleh was with Deebo in San Francisco, and I don't know, at some point the Jets have to be about results. Second, the Green Bay Packers. You know, if only Brian Gutekunst is awake, which of course is up for major debate. And then Kansas City. Remember when I said the Chiefs are a last place team? Based on my Twitter feed during yesterday's sizzling edition of Time to Schein, Kansas City remembers. That all changes, and we'll scrub that from the record. It never happened if Deebo Samuel goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. We're 8 days before the NFL draft, and that is a pressure-packed deadline without question. The Niners should not trade Deebo Samuel. The Jets, Packers, or Chiefs should try and change their mind. Words of a leader right there. I mean, that's my favorite soundbite so far of the NFL offseason. How great is that? With the nonstop talks at the start of the show about who isn't showing up and who wants out, Matthew Stafford is at Rams voluntary minicamp to set a tone. And it's awesome. The Rams winning the Super Bowl was not an accident. It's a culture. It's why other dream teams failed, because they didn't have it and the Rams did, and they rocked and rolled and won a title. I mean, how sweet is that? Stafford wants to be there to help Allen Robinson. You know what that is? It's the Stafford way. It's the Rams way. It's veteran leadership. It's Sean McVay. It's Les Snead. And oh, by the way, the gobs of talent and the commitment that will lead the Rams to being in position to run it back and make the Super Bowl once again. Oh, by the way, Cooper Kupp showed up. What a concept based upon receivers this offseason. And said it's not about resetting the receiver market on the heels of the crazy numbers being thrown around. It's about, at the end of the day, winning. Cooper Kupp just hits for the Triple Crown at the wide receiver position. He could absolutely demand more money than Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill or Stephon Diggs. Instead, Cooper Kupp told the press that he's not trying to beat anyone with his next contract. Now, make no mistake, Cooper Kupp wants to be paid, but he also most especially wants another ring. I mean, how great is this? This is why the run it back chant is more than just a catchy slogan. For the LA Rams, it's a way of life. Do I hate Garrett Cole? Is that possible? See, here's what I know. I know this. I simply loathe, despise watching him pitch this year. It's awful. It's gross. And you just heard that soundbite. Garrett Cole watching him is bad. The postgame's even worse because Garrett Cole, every single time he talks, he's making another excuse. Garrett Cole last night couldn't make it through the second inning in Detroit. 68 pitches before he was rightfully yanked. To say he labored is an understatement. He walked the entire ballpark with a 3-0 lead. His 6.35 ERA is a flat-out embarrassment. It's the worst in the American League. Cole has pitched the fewest amount of innings of any pitcher to start 3 games this year. And here's what drives me nuts. It's always something. Always an excuse. What happened to Bulldog Garrett Cole? Tough guy, Garrett Cole. My guy, Garrett Cole. Last night, you heard the soundbite. He blamed the Cole. I mean, even this act right here of staying warm while the Yankees are hitting, I mean, that's an excuse. That's garbage. That's weak sauce. You're telling the other team you don't have it. It's showing weakness. I mean, by the way, you know when it's cold, Garrett Cole? In October. It's cold, baseball-wise, in October, which is supposed to be the reason why the Yankees signed you, so worth $324 million, signed you in the first place so you could pitch in October and help them win a World Series. Garrett Cole got lit up by the Red Sox on opening day and blamed Billy Crystal. He blamed Billy Crystal for being 3 minutes late to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. This is Garrett Cole. Then, of course, his next start, Vlad rocked him. And now last night. Oh, by the way, the Yankees actually won. You can't even enjoy it. What a disaster. I want to stress this. I'm not saying it's over for Cole. I refuse to do that. The resume, the body of work is too special. But he's not only been the worst on the mound, he's just been the worst about being the worst. I hate Garrett Cole. How about the Pelicans? We are all Pelicans. A stunning victory last night, knocking off the Phoenix Suns. The series is tied at 1. Credit Brandon Ingram, led the way for New Orleans with 37 points. He was majestic in every possible way. But the big story, Devin Booker hurt his hamstring. Left after 3 quarters. He had 31 points. He was phenomenal on offense, especially in the first half. And he is now unlikely, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, for Game 3, Game 4. That means there's a realistic chance that you see Phoenix and New Orleans split those games, and buckle up, Buttercup. And the only thing that could derail the Phoenix Suns, injury. The only thing that could derail Devin Booker, who's been amazing in his NBA career, injury. So we talked yesterday, Warriors, Suns, finals in terms of the conference finals in the West. Let's fast forward. Well, the injury gods were not going to let us do that. And the New Orleans Pelicans, by winning last night, they have a chance here with no Devin Booker. Still think Phoenix, with Chris Paul and Ayton and company, Monty Williams, they'll win the series. But now it's just that, a series. Get your popcorn ready. The main event between the Celtics and Nets continues tonight after Boston's thrilling Game 1 win thanks to this, Jason Tatum. The buzzer beater. I'm still buzzing about this. I think the Celtics are going to ride this momentum to another incredible victory tonight. Look, I think Kevin Durant is going to just absolutely explode in this game. I think he's going to have about 35 points. No way he only has 9 field goals and turns it over like he did. I think Kyrie will be amazing. He'll be locked in. Obviously, he got fined. He's going to be upset about that, playing to the crowd. But in terms of the Nets and their sloppiness and just not being together, and the Celtics being so great on defense and being buttoned up, I just can't pick against the Celtics tonight. How about this for the Nets? Ben Simmons. Remember Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons targeting Game 4, according to multiple reports, as his season debut. See, this is the problem with the Brooklyn Nets and why their upside's to win the whole thing, but the downside is going to get bounced against Boston because they just don't have chemistry or availability. This was the last time Ben Simmons played basketball. And it turned out to be the reason why he was chased out of Philly. I said on Top Shot he would never play for Philadelphia after that game. Ben Simmons, I mean, I know he could play defense, and that in theory would help the Brooklyn Nets, but he has as many games with KD and Kyrie as I do. That's not great, making a season debut in game number 4 of a postseason series. Pivotal Game 3 between the 76ers and the Raptors tonight as the series shifts to Toronto with Philly up 2-0 in the series. And I have to believe that Joel Embiid is going to come out with the mindset and the attitude of this is a must-win for Philly because you know the energy tonight in Toronto is going to be off the chain. Toronto is an unbelievable sports city. Raptors play incredibly well at home. They're going to have incredible juice tonight north of the border. I think that it's going to be a close game, competitive game for 3.5 quarters. And then Philadelphia behind Embiid distances itself and eventually takes a commanding 3-0 lead.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.